Hello, my name is Carly McAvoy. I'm just looking at a video today where I talk about evaluating a function. We have a function like g of x. We can replace the x with anything we want. It could be an integer. It could be a single monomial term. It could be a binomial. And so we're going to do that for all these different ones. Notice this function name is g. X just says that's the variable that we start off with. We can put a different variable in there as we evaluate. The first one, the very simple one, is g of o. So if we're evaluating g for 0, and shouldn't say o, for 0, I'm just replacing the x that was here with a 0. We can see that 0 squared is 0 times 2, or negative 2 is 0, 5 times 0 is 0, and hopefully you can easily see that g of 0 would just be 7. What if I want to replace it with negative 2? For the second one, it says, instead of x, we have negative 2. So where there was an x, I'm putting in the negative 2. Notice when I did that, I put parentheses around the negative 2 because it's the entire replacement of x that gets to the second power, which I'm replacing x with a negative and a 2, the whole unit. And then I'm replacing the x that was next to the 5 with negative 2, again, putting in a parentheses around it so it doesn't look like negative 5 minus 2. Then I'm going to simplify this part. You can obviously use a calculator. Negative 2 squared is 4. Negative times a negative is positive. Negative 2 times 4 is negative 8. And then negative 8 plus 10 is 2, plus 7 is 9. So I would say g of negative 2 is 9. All right. In the third one, I'm replacing that with a negative 3b. So where I used to see x, I put in negative 3b. And where I used to have the other x, I'm putting in negative 3b. So notice that I'm replacing the x. In each case, I'm replacing the x with what I was given as a replacement value in the problem. So now I'm going to say, what is negative 3 squared and what is b squared? Well, this negative 2 is out front. Negative 3 squared is positive 9 because negative 3 times negative 3. And then b squared. Negative 5 times negative 3 is positive 15b, and then plus 7. Notice that I have a b squared, I have a b, and I have a constant term. I can't combine those, but I can finish this out. Negative 2 times 9 is negative 18 plus 15b plus 7. That's as far as I can go with this. I can't add those together because they're not like terms. Now the last one, I'm going to replace this x with x minus 1 and this x with x minus 1, and that's going to be a more complicated problem. I left a little more room than I needed there. So what I'm going to do first is I'm going to square the x minus 1. I'll do it right up here. What is x minus 1 squared? Well, it's x minus 1 times x minus 1, right? And that is x squared. And remember, I have inside and outside terms, minus 2x plus 1. So I have negative 2 times x squared minus 2x plus 1. And then I'm going to distribute this minus 5 times x, and negative 5 times negative 1 is positive 5 plus 7. Now I still want to distribute, so I have negative 2x squared, positive 4x, negative 2, negative 5x. I'm just going to call this positive 12 for now, because I have all just addition and subtraction left. And so I have negative 2x squared plus 4x minus 5x, and negative 2 plus 12 is positive 10. Positive 10, yep. And so that is g of x minus 1. So notice whenever I was plugging in a variable, I had a variable in my final answer. When I was just replacing the variable with a number, an integer of some kind, then my final answer was just an integer. All right, that's it. Have a fantastic day.